Hi, folks. You are watching and listening to Sipping Off the Cuff on Tequila Aficionado Media on all of our channels and networks. I'm Mike Morales in sunny Southern California, and that gentleman out there is...
I am Todd Maybill in wet, cold, and rainy Colorado.
I was going to call you the Lone Ranger, man. I love those Colombian hats, man. Those are so great. Yeah, that has to be your profile pic now.
It's going to be.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Everybody, this year we have been flooded with ready-to-drinks, also known as RTDs. And today, Todd and I will be tasting and dissecting epic Western. I will almost call it a Western epic, but that would be a movie.
Yeah.
So
right.
This is a brand new one. We didn't get any information from them. I know that I had seen Bryce, our catador in Austin, had gotten a set of these. Here's what I'll tell you: it says "Hecho en Mexico," and it does have a NOM number 1531. So I'm looking forward to it. Do you think we should start with the ranch water?
Yeah, let's start with that one.
Okay. So what we're gonna do, as usual, we're going to taste it at room temp. However, since we only have one set of these, I'm going to pause and go grab some ice chips. And then we're just going to pour it over ice. Hopefully my ice will hold out in 80-degree weather. And, and we'll go from there. So here we go. And whatever you do, point it away from your keyboard.
Oh, yeah.
These have been sitting at room temp for a couple of weeks.
I've also found for certain carbonated beverages at altitude, where I am at 7,000 feet, or is it almost 8,000?
Oh yeah,
it can be a thing.
Oh, yeah. The other day I was doing the tasting. I forget which TJ, and I was way over here, right? And it still caught my keyboard. It went,
no.
Yeah, it just sprinkled on me, and it's like, wow, man, that was at room temp. So be careful, folks. Don't try this at home. We are professionals. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna pour it in my rocks glass because
that's what I got too, is a rocks glass.
And so this is ranch water, which for those of you who aren't aware what ranch water is, it's tequila, soda, and usually it's over ice.
Yeah.
So, oh, hello.
Yes.
It's kind of sweet on the nose, but I think. But you know what? At first pass, I thought I caught a little agave in it.
There's definitely some agave in there. I can smell it for sure.
Yeah.
Right.
Wow, well, now this is at 8%, folks. This is right now. This is other than the margarita in a can, they came in at like 12 to 15%. This is the highest we've had so far this year. I know who I did that with. I did it with Jim, and we had a 6%er.
Okay.
And that's the one that splashed my keyboard. I'm gonna have to start popping them off camera. But with the sound on, so you guys know that I'm actually sipping off the cuff, right? Okay. I was surprised. I'm getting agave from this.
Yeah, I didn't expect to. But I'm getting a lot more agave than I thought.
And there's an underlying sweetness to it.
Yeah. I mean, that's probably, I don't know. That definitely smells sweet.
It could be the soda too, because these noses. This is the first one Todd and I have done together, and we're not. I know Todd's not in the habit of dissecting an RTD at room temperature first.
Sure.
But I will say that they tend to be. The nose always tends to be one-sided, and then when you pour it on ice or pull it out cold, that's when some other flavors start to come up, to gel, whether it's in the flavor or the aroma. That smells really good. I want to dive in.
Yeah.
Let's try it.
Ooh.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm not gonna say I like that.
that went down like quinine.
Yeah.
Like tonic water. And I got brininess. I got bitterness.
Yeah.
Bubble, it's effervescent.
It says salt, and salt's supposed to suppress bitterness, but there's a whole lot of,
There's a
yeah,
lot of
tonic water.
there's a lot of salt in it, and that was the first thing. I was going to call it briny, but it was close to like it tasted like, you know, when rock salt kind of from a margarita
Yes.
is inside your drink.
Yep.
That's what it tastes like.
Yeah, I'm not. Oh yeah. Okay.
Okay. So now that we know what we got, we're hoping that it you know, that it lightens up at you know, with some ice.
Yeah.
Or had we had another 2 sets of samples, I'd have pulled one out cold.
Sure.
We've been very fortunate. We've been able to do that. But folks, I'm going to pause this. I'm going to get my bag of ice chips. I'll be right back. Okay, so I had to go get my bag of ice, and I'm going to pour some in this rocks glass. I'm going to pour a little bit more of the liquid in it. I'm hoping that either the dilution or the effervescence, the seltzer water or whatever kind of water they're using, kind of lightens this a little bit.
Yeah.
Now the nose is still sweet.
Yeah.
You know, I was expecting a sweeter entry, and I didn't get that. And so far, with all the other RTDs we've had, all the other brands, we've had that. We didn't get it with this one. This is, but you know, this is ranch water,
right?
You know, yeah. Generally speaking, it's either lime or lemon, you know, depending on how they make their recipe. We'll read a little bit more of some of the information on the can, but I'm just gonna swirl it around a little bit. The nose is a bit muted now, obviously.
Yeah.
Let's taste it.
Alka-Seltzer.
Yeah. I will say it's much more palatable.
Yeah.
So, well, I mean, you know, in other words, this needs to be chilled.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Yeah, the recipe.
100%.
The recipe needs to be for chilling. So
yeah. It's interesting because like when I tasted beer, you're supposed to taste beer relatively warm, so you pick up all of its flaws and all of its, and you know, this is, so it's not a dissimilar process really, but oof.
Yeah, this one is the nose says agave.
Yep.
Sweet agave.
Yeah, yeah.
But then there's this underlying bitterness.
Yeah. And
saltiness. And then when it's cold, it's much more palatable.
Yeah.
But maybe it's true ranch water. I don't know. I've had several already for the last 3 years.
Yep.
The RTD categories exploded.
Yeah.
Primarily, you know, with ranch water, margaritas in a can.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're coming with more fruit flavors. There's a lot more variety in the recipes. Some of them are done very well. Some of them are kind of iffy.
Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately, I can't say I'm really enjoying this.
I can't either. God's honest truth, folks. Just we're not gonna lie to you. But we are going to read the information on it, okay? 1 gram of carbs, no sugar, gluten-free is what it says on the can.
Yeah.
Made with tequila and natural flavors. Okay, this is 10% alcohol. That's interesting. So each one of these is a different type of, well, that explains why we were getting the agave on the nose.
Sure, yeah.
I'm not getting it on the palate. I'm getting tequila on the palate.
And then looking at their ingredients list on the side, you got carbonated water, which is expected. Mm-hmm. Then tequila, which is okay, that's good. Then sodium citrate, citric acid, crystallized lime, which is citric acid, lime oil, and lime juice, then sea salt and natural flavors. There's a whole lot of ingredients, which I don't know what contributes to that.
I'm not sure. You know, the crystallized lime, just citric acid, lime oil, lime juice.
Yeah.
That's. I'll tell you where I think that for me, a little too much salt.
I agree with that. Yeah, for sure.
I think if the salt had been toned down a little bit, because the agave is coming through on the nose.
Yes. Yep.
But I'm not getting it. I'm not getting it on the palate. And and I've got it iced. I mean, a ranch water generally, they make those fresh, at the bar. It's not something that comes out of a can. So, I'm sure you've served a few of these.
Yep.
It's just tequila. What do you normally put in a ranch water?
Usually it's tequila, lime juice, maybe a salted rim without and soda water, tequila, lime, soda. So, but yeah, it's way too much salt. And I wonder too, why did they just not use lime juice? I mean, we've got a distillery here in Colorado called Idlewild, and they have 3 different RTDs, and they just put the juice in. You have to refrigerate them. You can't take it. You have to refrigerate all the time, which is like a beer, right? And theirs are actually good. I was very skeptical of theirs, but I actually like theirs. But it just said it's got their booze, their juice, and that's it. And
I'm not sure. I mean, we had I don't know if that was what was available to them in Mexico,
Maybe.
But here's the thing. We just did another RTD. I won't mention the name, but it's also canned in Mexico. And the flavors were spectacular.
Well, that's cool.
They were great at room temp, and then chilled even better.
Nice.
And I don't know if it was the recipe, like you said,
Sure.
the citric acid, there's, the salt has to counterbalance the acidity.
Right, and it's not doing that here at all.
No, it's actually kind of one-sided.
What's interesting? I just noticed, so it's got water, tequila, carbonated water, tequila, sodium citrate, citric acid, and there's more citric acid in the lime juice. So I wonder if it's so acidic they had to try to add salt to kind of balance it out, and it just went overboard.
Yeah, the recipe just didn't, it was not balanced. It didn't balance for them.
I mean, even on the nose now, I'm getting more, it's like almost a briny odor, aroma to it.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. So,
yeah. Hey, sometimes not all of them are winners. But, I think that's okay, because they've got a couple other 2 flavors. And we're gonna go through them as we did this one. But that's our take on Epic Western. This is the ranch water. Okay. And I was incorrect. I thought it was at 8%. This is a 10%er.
Yeah.
So maybe you need to go back to the drawing board on this one.
I think so.
But I think it's an easy fix.
Oh yeah, totally.
But I'm anxious to try the other 2.
Me too.
Because now we got a little bit more information. I'm not sure, where are these guys based, actually. I thought maybe I think they're Texas, but I'm not sure exactly where. I know, like I said, Bryce in Austin, our TJ in Austin picked up these. And
Texas is imported by Tri-State Distributors. It's in Texas.
And the producer and canned by Rivesca, and that is the Gnome 1531.
Yeah.
And I will get a better name from the distillery. New Braunfels. That's where their importer is. That's just outside of San Antonio.
Oh, okay.
I know exactly where that is. That's our take, folks. Stick with us, because we got another couple of flavors from Epic Western. I'm Mike Morales here in Southern California. That gentleman out there,
Mayville in Colorado.
You've been watching and listening to Sipping Off the Cup on Tequila Aficionado Media, all of our channels and networks. Please subscribe whatever if you're listening to us on the podcast, please download those where you get your iTunes or Spotify. If you're watching us on YouTube, hit the notification bell, give us a like. That helps with the algorithm. Subscribe unless you're, afraid of commitment. And whatever you do, tomar sabiamente.
Drink responsibly.
Sip wisely.
Sip wisely. That's it. I will
that too. Drink responsibly.
Even says so.